Brakataya Hoa, Brakataya Shai, Brakataya Hoa, Brakataya Shai, Brakataya Hoa, and Brakataya Shai. All praise and glory to Yahweh Shemi Shai. We say double and say the apostles and elders of great mill soon that rule well. And salutations to the brothers out there pushing the word in all truth and sincerity. Right, he's one of the brothers from GMS Trinidad East. My name is Rai, and I'd like to go into a little topic here about being fully persuaded. Right, being fully persuaded in what it is you're doing and what it is you know and what it is you're teaching. Because if you're not fully persuaded, right, that means anybody could come and talk to you and they could break and they could show you some kind of shit, and that's because you're not fully persuaded in your own mind. You get lost. You understand? Because you're not actually persuaded in your own mind that what it is you're doing is the right thing. Meaning that you're unstable, right? You still have doubts, and having doubts is a demon, right? Because it's rather you go with it or you ain't go with it at all. Right, so there's Romans 14 verse 5. It says one man esteemeth one day above another estimate every day alike. Right, so obviously it's a men that go be learning quicker than others. That's some that will learn together the same way, and they'll go, they go always learn the same time, and how to gain a knowledge at the same time and keep on going. But you always belong to brothers that will always, as I say, one man esteemeth one day above another, meaning that he will always be above the others, right? And that is basically something the Father gave him, right? It say one man esteemeth one day above another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind, and basically it had nobody who could actually persuade you. You basically had to be persuaded in your own mind to know what it is you're doing, what it is you're learning, what it is you're going outside to do, right? You want to be persuaded in your own mind. Now let me look at the meaning for persuaded, right? That's right here. Persuaded. Alright. Yeah, so while you're looking for, yeah, so hey, if you're not persuaded in what it is you're doing, then you're unstable, right? As I say, you're gonna have doubts. You're gonna have doubts in what it is you're doing. Have doubts in it is what you're teaching, because if you're teaching and you're not fully persuaded, right? Somebody could come up a day and could confound it. Right? They could say some kind of shit, and that's because you're not fully persuaded. It sound good, and it sound better than what it is. It sound at the moment it sound better than what it is you teach it, and it basically shits up your mind, right? Let's say to carry out fully in evidence that is completely assured or convinced entirely or accomplished. It say make surely believe, fully know, or make full proof of. So when I go back to when I go to the Romans, right, 14:5, it say let every man be fully persuaded, let every man be fully assured in his own mind, and that way it is. If you're not fully assured of what it is you're doing, then basically you have doubts, and that's spread. I say anybody could come there and confound it, because anything they say might seem good to you, but it's basically shit they be talking, right? Now you gotta be fully persuaded in what it is you're doing, right? You gotta be fully persuaded to know you're going outside there and teach, right? In the streets, you gotta be fully persuaded in what it is, completely sure of, full proof that what it is doing is the right thing. As I say, this guy as milk. Everything you need the milk. So you get, you're building up that spirit, building up your faith, and you're being persuaded that hey, this is the right thing. But you can't rush things. So that way it say let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. Because due to the fact, as certain scripture say, one man esteemed one day above another, that man he may be more fully persuaded before you, because hey, that his spirit, and that the scriptures, right? That is spirit. So maybe he be persuaded before you, and in his mind he know he will be fully persuaded. It's the same way you know, even though it might take a little while, you gotta be fully persuaded in this thing. right? You have to be fully persuaded, right? Yeah, because if you're not fully persuaded, as I say, you're unstable. And make sure I get a scripture here. Right. James 1 verse 8. It's a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, because basically there's been a double-minded man. You're learning one thing, but you're not fully persuaded in what it is you're learning. So when somebody else come and they say something like completely off, just because just because you're not persuaded in what it is you know and have full proof of, right? Basically you come double-minded because you start to question yourself, like you start to question yourself, being, hey, oh, this, I wonder if what teaching is correct, or I wonder if this is it, I wonder if, so because it has become like what James 1:8 say, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? In all his ways, basically, everything you do will be double-minded then, because they always have doubts, they always have question and that spirit, right? That spirit. Let's reading about that. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So basically, you don't want to be unstable, right? You could be like a table that you could be like a table. A table have four legs, right? Now, if one of the legs be shorter than the next three, it will always keep on rocking, and I basically that is what you go be. You go be unstable, always rocking in the street, always rocking in his feet until eventually you fall, right? Because everything to you go come like everything come to you, you go be doubting so much, because at the end of the day you're shaking right through. You're shaking right through because you're not stable, you're unstable, right? Is that everything else will come to you being like, hey, I must be wrong because I'm doing this, or wrong because I'm teaching this, and that because you're unstable, right? Leading yourself into your own destruction, right? Because nobody wants an unstable table. There was something firm, right? And that way it's supposed to be, not shaking in this thing. That way, that you're so fully persuaded in what it is you're teaching and what it is you're doing, that, hey, you're full proof of. That is what you're doing is the truth, and that way it's supposed to be. Nobody else who out of the truth could come and break down your mind and how you thinking, have you double-minded into something that could never be, right? That just making yourself unstable, right? You can't, basically you can't be like that. You can't be like that. As I say, like that, straight leading yourself into your own destruction, basically, right? Now, when I go to um, right, First Thessalonians 5 verse 21, right? It say, prove all things that I've been persuaded. Yeah, prove all things. I say that way. It's when you look at the meaning, it's say making full proof of, right? So when you're persuaded, that means you prove all things, and that way you had to do that. Even when you're Apostle Gaban, Apostle Taha, right? When they say men do like to look up their own thing and do their own research, because, hey, it's to make full proof of. It's to prove all things. That lazy spread. Basically, so when you in doing this, when you improve on all things, right? And somebody come and they bring wrong information. They could bring a document, but that document could be wrong, right? And it's because they bring that fear to you, it look like them prove that. So when you may be teaching something else, and that's because you improve it, you wasn't fully persuaded, you're unstable, you go with them, mashing up your own self, right? So First Thessalonians 5 verse 21, it says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good, and which is good is what? This is the truth. That is what is good. What it is you know, that is what good fear, right? Truth, truth. This truth is what is good fear, right? Right, and I would just end it off with the scripture here that are going to Second Peter 1 verse 10, right? You know that's coming right through, and when it is, I take it in a serious thing, it's the yeah, what to start from, by um I'll go to the point. 2 Peter 1 verse 10, it say, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. So that way, when I go, even when I read the first Thessalonians, right, 5:21, right, it say make prove all things, right, and I basically giving it diligence is to prove all things, right. So it say, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure, right? So you gotta give all diligence, because hey, at the end of the day, we get calling, we get call, we get wake up to this thing, right? And through faith and hope, hey, we hope we have the elect, right? Because again, we doing to wake up the elect, and even the men that wake we up was saying the same thing, that hey, we want to wake up the elect, and you was woken up. So hey, basically, hey, through faith, and then we could be of the elect, right? So make your call in an election sure, and if you have faith that you have the elect, then basically you're not supposed to be double-minded, and you're not supposed to be lacking that persuasion into way that you're making full proof of, right? You're supposed to give in all diligence to this thing. Wait is you know, wait is the apostles and elders teaching you, and next man is supposed to come and confound your mind, right? So wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. Because if you actually fully persuaded in what it is you're being taught, and what it is you're teaching, right? You will never fall. You will never fall. Right? If you fully persuaded in this thing, you will never fall. But men falling because they're not fully persuaded. Right? They don't have that faith, they don't have that hope, so they're falling, right? They're not given the self, they're not given that diligence, right? They're not given that diligence because they're lazy, right? So you know what, basically they fall, right? So hey, with that, for the men that now join the truth, for the men that now come in the truth, because even in camps that have younger brothers that be coming in, you know hey, be fully persuaded, be fully persuaded, you know give diligence to that calling, and make full proof of all things, go and do your research, do your studies, right? And to the older brothers, let's hold strong, you know hold strong. So with that, we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double and to the apostles and elders of great milestone and rule well, and salutations to the brothers that they pushing with on truth and sincerity, and to the handful of aquats, it's a shalom.